All right, everybody. My name is GM Jesse Kraai, and the St. Louis Chess Club erroneously, by some mistake, let me
Hey there,
choose
it's Ryan
whatever
Reynolds,
I wanted
owner
to
of
do.
Mint Mobile.
Whatever I wanted to do for this video. And I just said, you know what? I want to collect some of the best chess videos that I've never seen. I'm going to play these things for your enjoyment. Maybe I'll say something funny. Maybe I'll crack up. If they're boring, I'm just going to the next one. I'm just going to go to the next one. That's going to be my process. All right, let's have some fun, man. Let's see how this goes.
It's the holidays, and that...
Let's turn it up. Yeah. This is the Daniel Gormally Show, my friends. Oh, I like it already. I like the audio and the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Danny Gormally Show.
That's pretty good.
So to start off with, I'm going to do Gentleman Jim Plaskett, who's a very notorious chess player, and he won $250,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Very intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Incredible memory.
This guy Plaskett, I've been following him on Twitter, and totally weird dude. He lives in Spain now. He did a video that was like poorly produced but great content with Kasparov, like back in the day. And on Twitter, the dude is like, he's like got a thing against evolutionary theory. He's got like this whole rant. I don't know. Anyways, interesting guy. Also like a little bit older, me trying to come back to chess. It's hard. Here, let's see the impersonation.
And he always goes, Gormally, you see my game against Logan from Lucerne 1983. Incredible game. Amazing game. You see my game against Chris Tarrant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Wonderful game. And of course, there's a famous anecdote, as I was telling you earlier, a guy goes up to him and he goes, excuse me, Mr. Plaskett, is there anything better than castles in that position? And Plaskett goes to him and goes, "You some kind of idiot. Considering that's made him one, what do you think?"
Nice.
Matthew Sadler's kind of like this, very sort of serious at the board.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. Matthew Sadler, of course, is now all into the AI. But back in the day, before he went into finance or something like that, but that guy was amazing. That guy could have been one of the top players in the world. That's pretty good. All right, this is going to be great. That's pretty good.
And then he'll get out from the board.
Te lucis ante terminum, rerum creator pasci.
To Adams.
Uh-oh.
And then his flag fall. Well, yeah, I was watching Girlfriend versus Anand, and I was very unimpressed by the quality of the play. Clearly, Vichy is not playing anything like as strong as he used to. And Girlfriend he is only doing 12 hours a day on chess. He is not doing like me. I'm doing 16 hours a day just on rook and pawn games, I mean, what is wrong with these people? They are not professional chess players, Anand is not the force he wants, you know. When I played Gary, you know, we knew up to move 40 every position. Okay, so that should probably suffice for now, but hopefully I can think of some other good chess players to do an impression of in future.
All right, that was fun. That was fun. That was from 2014. You can get that on the GingerGM channel. All right, next up, we've got a new one. This came out this summer. This is a parody of some drama that went down with Hikaru. All right, here we go. That's XQC on the left, and that's agadmator. I don't know how to do that guy's name. He's over there on the right. And here we go. Boom. Nice.
Look, Hikaru and QVC.
What's the idea here? Mr. Monkey.
Bing bang boom. 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 Bing bang boom.
Spam this flower to give Hikaru power.
Nakamura. Nakamura.
Oh,
Nakamura.
Chess is a game for everyone.
A very accurate statement.
Elitism in chess.
Ignores the haters.
Nakamura.
Oh,
Nakamura.
Chess is the ultimate game. It's just the best.
It's for the community.
A new boom for chess.
Wow. That is awesome.
Negative talent in life.
Chess is a wonderful game. Try it, enjoy it, and you'll see that it's just awesome.
Okay, that was like tops, man. That was tops. Yeah. So I think that was originally agadmator. I have been such a chess elitist that I haven't checked out the dude's channel, even though like a lot of his vids are getting like millions of views. So that's on me. All right, next up, mentioned in that video, what's Ben Feingold? Let's see the best of Feingold right now, part 1. This guy, I always want to say, Ben Feingold is probably, a lot of people know he's a funny dude. I've hung out with a bunch of times, and the most surprising thing about Ben that people don't know is the man can dance. You look at him and you're like, well, he's not going to dance. We went out to some clubs and stuff. In Chicago, we played a round robin over there back in the day. Dude can dance. Dude can dance. I saw it in St. Louis, too. All right, here we go.
And you're not.
Oh, yeah, and I like the cut, yeah.
Let's do it! Who dares challenge me? I dare anyone and everyone. Hammer was doing 1 minute blindfolds. Yeah, but I could do 1 minute blindfold, but that's too easy. Okay, so let's do some blindfolds, with Josh. Okay, 49-second blindfold. Now I have a question. No, I'm going to do it.
Oh,
I have a question. Are you ready?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me the move.
I haven't moved yet.
All right. 1 minute.
E4.
E6, 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 E6.
Oh, this is not going to work out.
D5, D5, D5.
E3.
What?
E3.
There's no E3.
They played E3.
I thought he played E4 on move 1.
D4.
Oh, I can't understand you because of ebonics. Knight F6.
Big trouble.
Knight F6.
D5 check.
I'm going to the next
C6.
one. This is
Bishop
funny.
D6,
It's not that funny. Let's go to the next moment.
Knight
Next
D7,
best moment.
pre-move.
Here we go. I'm fast forward.
This class. That was protected, and now it's not. I wish I could take it. How could I attack his pawn? Hold on, let me think about it. Man, how could I attack that pawn?
Do an airstrike.
You! If I play rook f4, my computer will blow up and the lecture will end.
Do it.
So I'm like, oh boy, I got all my pieces ready to go to e4. I'm the best. Okay.
Or not.
Now he did it again, Britney Spears style. Okay, so was knight takes pawn good for white or good for black?
Black.
Close. I'll give you one more guess.
White.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you take check, notice it's check because I said so. No, and what would Gregory Kaidanov say? He would say black is up a king. Okay, this guy's 1900, so that should beat him, right?
Oh, yeah.
That should do it.
Yeah, St. Louis, man. That guy was in St. Louis forever. Helped establish the club. I don't know if I can
Still
take this
theory.
one, though.
Where's your knight going? I'm just wondering. That's all. Just wondering. Oh, that's where it's going. Resigns. He didn't know the theory. He knew knight f6, knight g8, knight f6, knight g8, knight f6, knight g8, knight f6. But then he didn't know knight g8.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
XChessChamps.
oh, he didn't know that. Ridiculous. Yeah, horrible. This is a kid's class, if you can call them kids. 2, 4,
I just want to say I've done this kids class in St. Louis. In St. Louis, if you're watching, this is some of the cruelest stuff you've ever subjected the GMs and residents to. It's totally brutal. Those kids are evil. They don't even want to be there. Their parents are just sticking them there. Look at it. It's a cold, rainy day outside. No one wants to be there, man. They can't take it. They want out. I've been in there. Those kids have abused me, man. And now we're doing some online stuff, and it's much better because we're on Zoom and stuff, and I'm just mute them. Mute him. Here we go. Let's see how Ben dealt with it.
6, 8 kids, terrible. Aren't you guys ashamed that your brethren didn't show up? They look pretty ashamed. Okay, no talking. Yeah, this is live right now. They can hear you. We trade. No screaming. Raise your hand if you want to say something.
He's going to ask the question
Don't
about
raise
knight
your
takes
hand.
d4 again.
You.
It's not a one.
Don't talk unless you raise your hand. And don't raise your hand.
Why are you?
All right, don't talk unless you raise your hand. We do have security here.
This is clearly Ben's favorite trick here. The knight takes d4 trick.
Black plays b5. That pawn's hanging. It's free. That's called the Benko Gambit. The Benko Gambit was named after who? Mr. Gambit. Ask me why. I'm going to say I don't know. Okay, and then I castled. So notice every move I make, every breath I take. Man, f5 wins a piece, e5 wins a piece, king f2 wins a piece, queen h6 wins a piece. Damn. Exactly. If he takes, I'll play knife f5. It's true. Where was I going to mate him? I forgot. Now he made a good move. So I got really mad and I called the director. I said, come on, you know this guy. He can't make a good move. We all agreed and he'd take it back. You see all these pawns that are in red? And you see all these pawns that are in green? Because it's like Christmas time. I'm going to tell you a shocking story. They're all protected. We need to build a wall. Exactly. Build the wall. Lock somebody up. Something, dark side. Trump 2020, no. How many classes did we used to have? Archer. Incorrect. Ocean.
4.
4? What are you playing golf? What are you, Donald Trump? Are you that evil or no?
No.
Not yet. You're too young.
Not
You'll
yet.
get there, right?
Not yet.
Right? Trump's your favorite?
No.
No? You only heard, not you. Have you heard of Donald Trump? Say no.
Say no.
What was I gonna say? Let's see. Trump's no good. Okay. Yeah, I took my own bishop. Worse than I thought. No. The first class, I said mate, and this kid goes, "Wait a minute, you could do win a rook and a queen." And I was like, "But I made him." He's like, "But you could have won a rook." And I was like, "Isn't mate better?" And he was like, "Okay, maybe." But why didn't you win the rook? And I was like, what? Black has one legal move. Can you find it?
There's 2 of them.
No, there's one. I wouldn't lie to you. Grandmaster.
Oh yeah, there's one.
Yeah. The other one's illegal, whatever that one was.
H5.
Yeah. And now, shocking the whole audience and those of you at home, you guys got to calm down at home. No. Have a seat. You might fall to your chair. White has made in one move, but it's really hard. It's hard. It's hard. But it's hard.
I don't know.
We'll call it a random student. You.
Here's a funny comment in the YouTube. He's saying that Feingold lost a lot of popularity after the whole XQC Naka thing. he said some stuff about Naka hanging out with people that were beneath him and that kind of stuff. But honestly, that just drove more traffic to the old Feingold, dude. I think, anyways, that was good news is bad news for him.
Move the pawn to g4.
Your dad should whisper again. I don't think that's mate. Because I could take the pawn, I can move my king. There's actually mate in one move. Are you shocked?
Queen to h3.
Yeah, that's mate. Yeah. Mate's good because you win. Knight f5, and black would resign. For example, a6, boo, knight f5, resigns. If you don't believe me, let's turn on the computer for nothing. If we castle, we lose a knight for nothing.
Knight f5.
Knight f5.
Knight f5.
Yeah, now you got it.
Telling you that class, St. Louis, man, is brutal. Brutal.
Okay. Draw arrows for the crowd.
Because you come over there to St. Louis, you leave your family back home, wherever you're from, and you're like, I'm going to get some nice time in St. Louis, hang out with some chess people, maybe take care of myself a little bit, have a nice time, just a little relax. That's the way it sounds. It's like GM in residence. It's like, oh, this is going to be great, man. This is going to be a great time. And then they stick you with that kids class and you're traumatized for life, man.
Do that. Wait, I could draw arrows. Yay, look at me. I'm Sandra. I almost said it too.
All right.
Except you won't see yourself, you'll see me. I'm attacking his knight. Shh. I'm attacking his knight. And then your last term, you're like 1397 or something. So you can come to both classes. Yeah, the more classes you come to, the more I get paid. Okay, also you guys didn't donate lately. Terrible. You thought I was terrible. Look at you. Look in the mirror. Don't do that. It'll break. Bishop d3, retreating like a... Frenchman. He's in New Orleans, so of course. No, I retreated like a Frenchman. Bishop e6. And so now he's losing a knight, and he should lose the game. But he was playing me, so he had a chance. So my knight's attacked twice, and I can't defend it. My bishop's not defended. Man, I could have made a much better joke. Edit that, kid. I beat him in 17 moves. You know why? I was black. Okay. And he did something you never heard of called removing the defender. Okay? And I told you this story before. You want to rob a bank, and then you're like, oh, it's Sunday. I guess I'll go to kids' class. Okay? And you go to the bank, and you're all ready to rob the bank, but there's a security guard there. So you go home and cry. What you should have done is brought a donut with you. Then you put the donut outside, the security guard goes and gets it, then you rob the bank. Now, Tall occasionally would drink alcohol and occasionally would smoke, okay? But Tall was born sick, like Lady Gaga, and this is called the Vallamirovich Attack, named after Mr. Attack. Very good. Now Bishop d7, which looks innocuous, right, Archer?
Sure.
Okay. It looks like Bishop d7, he's developing his bishop, so what? Not so what, so Mamajarov. Two, if I, So he's playing a big defensive game.
These are some terrible jokes.
It's a very sharp Sozin with checkmates. Every move he makes is boring and defensive. Somehow I won. I'm white, and we played your favorite opening, the Nimzo Indian, named after which Grandmaster?
Nimzo Indian?
Nice.
That was his name, Nimzo Indian. He had a funny name.
But that's what the master does, or the blindfold player. He doesn't put a blindfold on. He sits there with his back to the people that he's playing.
What we saw today was a Grandmaster player with a nearly photographic memory. He visualizes it as if a camera was looking down, as if he was looking through a camera that's looking down.
Now, you can take the knight or go back. I've done both, but not at the same time. All right. Now, I know Arthur pretty well. He doesn't play like this. This is when he was young and foolish. 8. Now he's 10, double digits. Now he plays solid. Katie doesn't taste good to him anymore. Double digits. Been married and divorced twice. Since this game. Yeah. Okay. One of his kids is in college. Man. The other one, we won't talk about him. What a disappointment. Okay. How can I raise my hand? You. Incorrect. You.
Oh man, he's just making the best of that class. Move. Look at that. He's got 2 LaCroix over there.
Even with this
just trying to make it through. Just trying to make it through, man.
You mean no? That his pawn would take and I would cry. Also, you played this tournament. And you played. And you get a new car. Did Archer play? I think so. You guys are telling the wrong jokes. Didn't you get the script I sent you? No, because theory and practice are the same in theory, but not in practice. Okay, yeah, try to remember. Yeah. All right. I mean, I said theory and practice. You don't know that one. You come to all my lectures.
Yeah.
You take notes. It's in your notes somewhere. Okay, I mean...
It is true. I just realized there were people in the comments were saying there's a reason that those classes, those 1 o'clock classes with the so-called rookies, why they're not streamed anymore, why they're not recorded. It got too vicious in there, my friends. You don't want to go there on a Sunday. You think you're doing something relaxing with your kids. You're not. They'll be traumatized for life.
Theory, it's in his notes, but not in practice. All right, so Arthur wins, hooray, and his opponent cries, and I'm not kidding about that either. Yeah, at the World Youth and World Cadet, the only question I ask my students is, did your opponent cry? 50-50. And what was my favorite answer? Who remembers previous lectures? What was my favorite answer when I asked that?
I bet Ben Simone was taping this. He's taping me now. I bet Ben Simone was there.
You. That's just the usual answer. I had a much better answer than that. The game was about 30 moves, and my student said, my opponent started crying on move 12 and did it through the rest of the game. And I was like, and what's funny was, it was the last round. So I was thinking, what, the kid cried for 11 rounds? What? After around 11, you're like, all right, I won't cry anymore. Like, I've already lost 6 games. Hey, he cried for the whole game. Wow. Okay, I gave him an extra treat. That was good. Okay. Because making your opponent cry, that's what chess is all about. Now, black is in Wang Chung. I mean, Zugzwang. Black can't do Vishwa nothing. It's true. Yeah, he can't do any of the white's pieces are all over. Black is defending against knight c5, but it's not a threat. This is called the Ken West syndrome. And Grandmaster Ken West is currently playing in Vegas and getting recognized. He was posting on Facebook, I'm walking in Vegas, and they're like, you're Ken West? And he's like, yeah. You're the Ken West? And he's like, I'm a Ken West. Yeah. So Ken West and Mike Kummer, irrespective of their playing ability, get recognized all over the country because of our videos.
He's got something. Simon, what'd you get there?
I actually got some
We're having a freeway. Let me get some of these nuts in my mouth.
for the last You're getting nuts on that? Come on, Ben, show it to me.
Okay, that's what she said. Okay, let's go here. Yay.
And
hey, my rating's really high. I gotta play you more often.
Okay, 7 o'clock.
All right, that was pretty cool, guys. That was pretty cool. Actually, I didn't get a Simon Williams vid up on here. We'll see. All right, I got another one. Let's move it along. This is from back in the day. This is the Extreme Chess Championships. I was hanging out earlier with the crowd online, and then I was asking them, what's your favorite shows? You know, what's your favorite chess YouTube video? So here we go. This is one of them. I didn't have the stomach to watch it back in the day. Here we go. Boom.
Welcome to the Extreme Chess Championship. Today we have 8 of the best young chess players in America competing to be the first Extreme Chess Champion.
So I saw Casa Corley, Alyssa Melakina, and Elliot Liu. And I think Justice Williams is in there too. If he lived in Europe, his name would be Eustace. I don't know why I said that. Here we go.
Crushing everyone's soul is in the realm of possibility.
Whenever you lose, you're not happy.
I think I'm gonna win.
I've always wondered what happened to that kid. I don't know if he's still playing or what his scene is. I know Alyssa went out and did some finance stuff, and Elliot did all kinds of cool stuff. I don't know what he's like an Instagram poster now, man. He's got the lifestyle.
I played in parks from Manhattan to Brooklyn.
A lot of girls are better than guys.
I have the best chess tactics.
I'm gonna play aggressively and hope for the best.
Oh my God.
I'm chess expert Jonathan Corbla, and this is 2-time U.S. Women's Champion Jennifer Shahade. In the chess room, we have international chess master
Nice sweater,
Greg
bro.
Shahade,
Nice
and our
sweater.
lovely host, Casey Marie.
Extreme chess is extreme because it's way faster than these guys are used to playing. They have less than 20 minutes to make all their moves. In most tournaments, they have hours. A double-sided clock keeps track. When you're out of time, you lose the game.
Stakes are high, but who's gonna win?
We have some really exciting players. We have Sean and Casa playing in the first game.
And we also have Justice versus Kevin.
Then we've got Elena, a relative newcomer to the high-stakes chess world. She's playing against Alex, the highest-rated guy in the crew.
And we have a jet setter, Elliot, who just came from Italy, gonna play against Alyssa.
Alyssa is not only one of the top female players in America, she's also a philosophy student and a dancer.
I didn't know she was a dancer.
Single elimination knockout.
We need more of Melakina dancing. Is what we
If they
need.
lose a single game, they're out of here.
We have our host, Casey Marie,
who's gonna give us a little refresher on the rules of chess.
First, let's set up the pieces. There's 8 pawns in the second row.
Oh my god, the rules.
rough
Let's
in the
skip the
corner.
rules.
Sean versus Casa.
How do you feel about your matchup with Casa?
I feel like I'm gonna have to definitely fight very hard. Should be a great match.
I know Sean. We've gone back and forth a couple times. Of course, there's a little butterflies. At this point, it's more about what I can control, and that's my play. I think I'm calm, cool, and collected.
Calm, cool, and collected. Casa's still playing. I think he's GM now. I think he's like half Danish or some kind of Scandinavian thing. Anyways, it goes back and forth, I think, with Europe. He just did a cool video from the U.S. Chess School that we're now hosting at the Chess Dojo. That's kind of cool. Just like that's 2011, basically. This video we're watching 2011. So that's like 10 years ago. Fun to see who's still in chess and who's out.
Extreme Chess Game 1. Start your clock.
And we are off. The clocks are started with Sean against Casa. Sean playing white.
And Casa playing black, playing a variation of the Sicilian defense called the Najdorf.
Favorite of American world champion Bobby Fischer. The Sicilian is a very popular opening which begins when white pushes his king pawn forward 2 squares to e4. And the opponent responds by moving their queen's bishop pawn forward 2 squares to c5. The Sicilian is known for producing the most exciting games in chess.
I like to play basketball and I run track as well.
I enjoy playing video games.
School have been dominating my life, I guess. So.
Now, as I grow older,
That's been dominating my
I like
life.
to experience more things in life, go to parties, hang out with friends.
Sean was partying late the last night before.
And some of the players said they wanted to play against Sean because he was, dancing late last night at the club.
I think playing him in the first round would be pretty much a free point.
We'll have to see whether this helps or hurts Sean.
It looks like Sean just castled queenside.
Castling is the only time in chess where you can move 2 pieces at once. You develop all the pieces
Oh, I
between
can't
your
take it,
king and
Jen.
your
I
rook,
can't take it.
Then
I'm
your
fast
king
forwarding.
Move. But what happened? Sean, he didn't.
One thing about this video that's actually interesting is now we are kind of experimenting. There's been a number of experiments kind of like this where you have like the Chess Dojo, we had the Ultimate Sensei where they like trained with the person, and then it was like a reality show to see who was the best. We had the streamer battles, bot battles coming up. So it's like this was 2011. Pretty good production quality. I like how they spliced all the footage in together. But then I never saw anything like that until this last year, where now there's more of it going on with like chess as a reality show kind of thing. All right, well, a couple more minutes, we'll go to the next one.
Not move the rook.
This is a fantastic blunder on Sean's part. This is the turning point in the game, everyone.
Casa just snapped that rook off like it was a Christmas present.
Sean is definitely shaken right now.
I think that Sean
was partying last night, man.
That when Casa takes his rook, he's also attacking the queen, which is the most powerful piece in the board.
Maybe Sean still had the bass pounding in his ears from last night and wasn't able to see that his rook was about to get kicked out of the club.
In this tournament, if you lose a single game,
I
there's
never
no
heard of
coming
Sean.
back. You're
I don't
just
know
gone.
Sean. I don't
It
know
becomes the
Sean.
queen.
All right, let's go another
He's
one.
got him boxed in.
He's boxed.
What do you think, Jen?
Very smooth performance by Casa.
Anxious about playing first, and no one wants to be the first to walk away. As long as I worry about myself and not about my opponents, I think anything is possible.
For our next game, we have Justice versus Kevin, two of our youngest players in the entire Extreme Chess Championship. This is going to be an exciting game.
Oh, yes. In fact, they are our two youngest
Nice face,
players.
buddy. Nice face.
Interesting that they got paired against each other in the very first round. And Justice, the youngest African-American master in history, and Kevin, a very strong chess master from Maryland.
Let's see what the players have to say.
Pro tip, there's a cool documentary called Brooklyn Castle, and Justice Williams is in that one, along with a lot of other people that I'm interested, to see what ended up happening to him. That was also a way back. That's something. That's not really a YouTube video. I'm looking for short videos, but that's definitely something I'd also want to follow up on. A lot of these people, Sean, Kevin, no idea who they are.
So how do you feel about the matchup with Justice? Are you feeling nervous at all?
Not really. I think it's a good experience because I haven't played Justice at all. I'll see what it's like.
Justice, how do you feel about the matchup with Kevin?
Can't wait to play.
Uh-oh.
Extreme Chess, round 1, game 2. With the white pieces, we have Justice Williams. With the black pieces, we have Kevin Wang. Start your clock.
Uh-oh.
Justice, is playing a very mature opening for such a young player. He's playing an opening called the Catalan. The Catalan is an opening that combines pushing your queen pawns forward, the D pawn and the C pawn, and fianchettoing your king bishop, putting it in the corner of the board. It's a very strong piece, and later in the game, it might end up really wreaking havoc.
Now Justice puts the king in check.
All right, that's a double attack actually, because he's also
We will tell
attacking
Ben
that pawn
Simon.
that Kevin
We will
just
tell
captured.
him, buddy.
So that's always good. And in chess, you can only make one move at a time. So if your opponent puts you in check and attacks a pawn, they're going to be able to at least get something out of it.
I like tennis. I usually watch basketball. I played clarinet. I like the
That was good.
I kind of really focus on my school studies. When I watch football, I like the Packers.
Checkmate.
Both players are developing their pieces, which is such an important thing to do in the beginning of the chess game, and castling. Both of them have castled. So both of them have pretty safe kings. Justice seems to be really taking a long time for his moves, while Kevin's moving really quickly and confidently.
Well, you can't do that in the Extreme Chess Championship because the players start with less than 20 minutes on the clock, so time is definitely precious. What strikes me interesting is that even though they're two of our youngest players, they're two of our most mature players as well. Both quiet, understated. These guys have nothing but chess on their mind.
What it would be like to be 12 years old again. And only be
Okay,
able to
cool.
think about chess.
That was a good taste of that vid. Let's do the next vid. This is going to be... what I did? I don't know anything about agadmator. I'm probably saying the dude's name wrong. But I was like, I'm gonna figure this dude out. I want to taste this guy's videos. I'm a chess elitist. I've been avoiding the guy. I just went to his webpage and I was like, which one has the most views? And so this one was somehow Anna Rudolf being accused of that engine hidden in her lap. Her lip balm even. So here we go. Amazing that this dude has got so many views on YouTube. By far, I mean way more than anybody else. Millions. It's mind-boggling actually. Think about it. Millions of views for various videos on chess on YouTube. Amazing. All right, let's check it out.
Welcome to a video that features a most interesting story, a story that went viral some 10 years ago. It's about a tournament. It was a chess tournament played in Vendavir in 2008, and we will feature one game. It's Christian Bauer, a French Grandmaster, against Anna.
Christian Bauer, super strong guy. I played in the Bundesliga with him, 1999. He was just like a young pup.
Rudolf. And this is the event where Anna Rudolf won both her international master norms and women grandmaster norms. She started the tournament with a win in round 1, and now she faces the top seed in the tournament. It's like we said, French grandmaster Christian Bauer, and it is after this game that this whole story begins. As it's quite interesting, we'll discuss it a bit later. But first, let's check out the game. But even before game, we do have a nice photo challenge. It's a nice photo by David Lada, so best of luck to everyone. I will give you a couple of hints. It's a very good friend of Anna Rudolf, and also she is Anish Giri's wife. So there you have it. Best of luck to everyone. Now let's check out this game. Already from the first move, the Grandmaster chooses not an everyday approach. He goes for b4. The Polish
Bauer was always playing crazy stuff though. Every time, against everybody.
Opening. We have e5, the standard reply, and now not going for bishop b2 immediately, but rather a3. And okay, we have d5. It's a standard, the most standard principle there exists. If your opponent allows you to take control of the center, then by all means do take control of the center. So okay, bishop b2, knight to d7, e3, bishop to d6, simply developing, c4, d captures, bishop captures on c4, knight g to f6, knight to f3, and we have castles. Queen to c2 by Bauer, b6, Anna prepares to develop the light square bishop, d3, bishop to b7, knight bd2, we have a6.
That's an interesting game.
Bauer castles, b5, bishop to b3, and now rook to c8, preparing to push c5. Bauer counters this, he plays d4, keeps control of the c5 square, e captures on d4, e captures, and now bishop to d5. Alright, we have bishop captures, knight captures, and now comes knight to e4, preparing to grab that bishop on d6, but we have knight 7 to b6. And now, even though grabbing this bishop might seem like a nice idea, knight c5 is also a very nice move, and the c5 square is...
I don't get it, dude. I don't get why this guy's so popular. It's mind-boggling. He's fat. He's talking too fast. No, I mean, obviously I'm missing something.
A very nice outpost for the knight. So by capturing the bishop, pawn captures queen to f5 as the queen is attacked by the rook. Queen to f6, and black is perfectly fine here. Queen captures, knight captures, and this bishop wouldn't have that much fun with all of these pawns on dark squares. It would be very hard to activate it. So after knight 7 to b6, rook 8 to d1 instead. c6, we have knight to c5, and here comes rook to a8. Here Anna decides to defend the a6 pawn. It's very important to note this, as this was one of the games where people started being suspicious about her using external help from some engines or supercomputers, that this move, engine never even mentions it. This is, the top recommendation by engine is actually bishop captures on c5. Either not bishop captures on c5, sorry, knight to c4. There are a lot of options here. Rook to e8, also a nice engine recommendation. Bishop captures on c5 is a nice engine recommendation, but the top engine recommendation is actually knight to c4.
Sure, okay.
A very nice improvement on black's position, where white is not able to capture the a6 pawn, because now rook to a8 will come with a double attack against the a3 pawn. After knight goes back, knight captures on a3, and this is now a very beautiful and active position for black. On the other hand, also knight captures, bishop captures is an idea, but then after d captures, white would have a much better pawn structure here on the queen side. Knight here, we can play knight d2, knight captures, queen captures, and we would have this very nice pawn chain, while white's pawns wouldn't be that great on the queen side. And white's pawns are on the dark squares, but white got rid of his weak dark square bishop here. So it would be an alright position to play for both of them. But okay, rook to a8 by Anna defending the a6 pawn. We have rook f to e1, and now comes queen to c7, pressuring the h2 pawn. So now you could play something like h3, it's what I would play. The Grandmaster decided to go for g3. The same idea, preventing this pressure against the h2 pawn, but also keeping an eye on this f4 square, not allowing the knight to go there. We have h6, and now comes knight to h4. Okay, preparing to bring the knight over to f5. We have rook f to d8, and now comes bishop to c1, with future ideas of maybe sacrificing on h6. Bishop to f8, Anna brings the bishop to help out with the defense on the king side. Knight to f5, and now comes a5, as there are obviously no tricks on the king side. Pawn captures, rook captures, and now comes queen to e2, preparing to bring the queen over to the king side to join the attack. Rook goes back to a8, now comes queen to g4, pinning the g7 pawn. Now knight captures on h6 is definitely an idea. Anna moves the king, king to h8, and now comes queen to h4. With some ideas, now there's a triple attack against the h6 pawn, so perhaps there are some ideas here. But Anna says, no, there are not. Rook to e8 is played. Even though the engine's suggestion is king to h7, the engine would prefer if the king joined the defense of the h6 pawn. But okay, here I'm most likely, I have no idea, but the Grandmaster probably went into a deep think, as there are so many options to play here. you have to calculate everything. You have to decide whether knight captures on h6 is even an idea, if knight captures on g7 is an idea. So we're just going to cover some basic sacrifices here. Knight captures, pawn captures, bishop captures, queen captures. So does this work for white? King g8, we have rook captures, for example, rook captures, and now queen to g5. If the king goes to the h-file, then the queen can, of course, keep checking him, and this would be a draw by repetition. If the king starts running away, for example, queen to h6 check and king to e7, now white can bring another piece into the attack. Rook to e1 check, king d8, queen to g5 check, and now you have to block this, knight to e7, and now comes rook to e6. Most likely the Grandmaster found this move as it doesn't allow black to capture it, because knight captures would win the queen, and also it doesn't give black all that many options. White has a very nice attack, very nice position. Black is up a knight, but those knights aren't very harmonious at the moment. For example, king c8, getting the king out of the way. Now comes queen to h5, pinning this f7 pawn. If you capture, then of course you will lose the game, and after rook to f8, the game continues, but...
All right, I'm going to put something in perspective here. This video we're watching here, like, nothing special about this video, 2.8 million views. 2.8 million. You go Extreme Chess Championships, 41,000. Pretty good, but not even close to that. Best of Ben Feingold, pretty good, 280,000. Like, for me, that's, as a chess video, that's amazing, 280,000. Dr. Hikarus, that was actually the best video of the bunch. That was only this year, but still 59,000. That might have been, I think Hikaru did his own reaction video on that one, you know. So that's like probably out there in multiple forms. Daniel Gormally show, you kind of maybe have to be British to know a little bit of the people involved there. Only 5,000 views. So huge difference in terms of how many people watch
gives this as a dead draw. There's no way for it.
It's amazing to me too about this is like the clutter of his setup. Not that obviously look at my setup. Terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I'm sorry about that. But in any case, how do you get all those views when you got this like clutter business going on here? I'm going to fix mine. Mine is cluttery too. Terrible. Anyways, I don't understand, man. Really interesting how this works. All right, let's watch a little bit more, and then I'm closing it out for the night. I'm closing it out.
Either sides to make progress. But I'm sure the Grandmaster spent a lot of time here. Another thing, aside from this knight captures here, you could also go knight captures here, but it brings us to the pretty much same position. Captures, 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 and after king g8 we reach the same position. Also possible after this rook to e8 move is to simply first capture it, and then after captures, you can go into the same variation yet again. Captures, 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 and then we reach queen g5 check, where we can go into the same line. So although white can get at least a draw here, the Grandmaster decides it's not worth it. There's not enough, you know, fuel to power this attack. He goes king to g2. Improves the position of his king and waits for Anna's move. Anna goes queen to d8, immediately offers a trade of queens. We have rook captures on e8, queen captures on e8, and now comes queen to g4. This was basically the last moment in the game where the Grandmaster could have gone for this bishop captures on h6 idea, and after captures, 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 captures into the same queen to g5 line. But here he played queen to g4, and now it no longer works. Here Anna played knight to f6, attacking Bauer's queen, queen to f3, and now knight b to d5. We have g4. White doesn't really have all that much to push with, so he has to play something. G5, h4, g5, definitely an idea. Bishop captures on c5, d captures on c5, and now queen to e4. Here Anna says that her pawn structure is better. White has a weak a3 pawn, and he has a funny bishop on c1 that has to keep an eye on this pawn. It will be a much better position for black, but white doesn't have all that many options. h3 is played, defending the pawn. King to g8, and
now Tracy's making fun of me about the layout I'm using. That's the only layout you guys gave me. There's another one. All right, I have to admit I'm shamed I'm shamed because I was talking trash about this dude who's got way more views than anything I'd ever had put together. And then I was making fun of his layout. And then my layout, pretty janky too. In any case, I'm going to end it there. I hope you enjoyed these videos. I like the idea of doing more reaction videos. It's just a chance for me to like see some of this stuff I might not normally, because I'm a chess elitist, might not normally look at. I also want to do a show at some point where I'm looking at videos that are more, instructional in quality. And I want to hear, if somebody has some great videos they want to share, send it to me on the Twitch, on the Twitter. That would be the best place. Send me on the Twitter, Jesse Kraai, and I'll take it from there. All right. Till next time. Bye.